Hello everybody, Storm here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we discovered that Inquisitor Guillaume was not actually who he said he was. Apparently, Dravanian agents had killed the actual Inquisitor Guillaume and impersonated him and infiltrated Kurthus, and then started using the authority of the Inquisitor to wreak havoc upon the Ishgardians by accusing a lot of them of heresy and having them executed. So we revealed the Inquisitor for who he was and bested him in battle and got our access to the Stone Vigil so that we can hunt down and find the Enterprise. However, we hit a point at which we can't proceed with the main story quest because we aren't a high enough level, which is the first time that's happened so far in this playthrough. Well, no big deal. We have a lot of side quests we can go work on to get some EXP. And that brings us to why we are here in Costa del Sol instead of Kurthus. Because one of the things that we can do is work on our next warrior class quest. So that is what we're going to do, which is over here. With Curious Gorge. Let's see what our next bit of, or our next task is going to be. Curious Gorge would share with you a shocking revelation about his tribe's past. And we get Unchained. Nullifies the damage penalty inflicted by Defiance for 20 seconds. Can only be executed while under the effect of Defiance. Effective canceled at Defiance end. So basically, it boosts my damage for 20 seconds. That's not bad. Alright. Hello again, my friend. It's quite obvious that you have been anything but idle in your training since last we met. Your progress is heartening to look upon, truly. But it serves to remind me that each hour I spend poring over ancient texts is an hour not spent honing my skills. I fear my worth on the battlefield is diminishing by the day. Yet I am certain that my studies of the Chronicles will yield something of use. In fact, just last night I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. Upon witnessing my people's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques into their own training regimens. These are the self-same techniques I have been instructing you in, Ayame, ones which call upon the inner beast. The consequences, of course, were dire. Yes, their soldiers became nigh on unstoppable, but they also became wholly uncontrollable, and both friend and foe fell prey to the ensuing carnage. Of course, the heads of the city-states laid the blame for these atrocities solely at the feet of my kind, probably banning the ancient art and imprisoning anyone suspected of teaching it, or so the chronicles say. What I find hard to grasp, though, is that never once during my training did my brother hint at this dark history, nor have I myself ever seen one of my tribe succumb to the rage that the chronicles describe. Could it be that the tales are mere falsehoods? Stories concocted by some long-forgotten enemy who would poison our heritage and befoul our tribe's name? Who in their right mind would seek to sully something so pure, and why would my ancestors simply bow their heads and suffer such ignominy? That my people should be so weak, so utterly bereft of pride, is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. It matters not if these claims are groundless. If they prompted my tribe's art to fade into obscurity, then the damage has already been done. Well, I, for one, will not turn a blind eye to this injustice. If none of my people will give the lie... None of my people will give the lie to the stories that have so tarnished our reputation, it shall have to be me. Once again, I lose myself in history and forget the present. If you recall, I spoke to you of my former comrade from the company of heroes, and the great woolly beast we have been pursuing. The beast remains on the loose, and to toss a pawns of salt on the wound, fell creatures that appeared to be its minions have been wreaking havoc on the innocent residents of Wineport. Were you and I to succeed in quelling the threat, surely the people would see that warriors are no fearsome beasts but valuable allies. Together, Ayame, we will win back our proud name. Now, let us await a Wineport to meet with the captain of the militia. Alright, so we need to head over to Wineport. just teleport there. Alright. Speak to the militia captain. Militia captain is over here. There's a bunch of quests here. Treasures and Tribulations, Levs of... What this Treasures and Tribulations is? I'll check that out. It's marked as an important quest. My friends, Wineport is much obliged for your aids. The fiends come relentlessly, and what few able-bodied men we have find themselves hopelessly overmatched. Indeed, the western gates have been so besieged that they are currently left without any manned defense. Leave the defense to us, my good man. I will secure the western gate. That's Curious Gorge. Naomi, you defend the town from the east. Together we will form a bulwark that not a single fiend can penetrate. Once the enemy has been driven back, we return here to back up the captain. Got it, Ayame? Okay. Defend the eastern gate from attackers. Defiance is on. Let's get my chocobo out. I'm not worried about the fate right now. It's a hostile present. Restless Raptor. Level 30 raptors? Oh, I accidentally aggroed the other one. I thought I was going to be outside the cone. Oh well. Well, let's just get to it then. Bunch more. So many conal AoEs. Another Restless Harrier? Oh, and another one. Let's pop the Berserk. Is that it? Or are there going to be more? Nope, that's it. Alright, let's do the thing. Clear my aura, and let's head back to the captain. Thank the 12 you're safe. We have need of your skills yet. I just heard a scream and I fear that one of the beasts might be loose within the village. Come with me. You monster, get away, get away! Okay. Monster, but I... Come no closer, Ayame. I beg of you. I must return to the falls. Okay. Strange. Alright, let's talk to the militia captain again. Whatever has gotten into Curious Gorge? 'Tis true that he fought like a man possessed, but to mistake him for the very beast he hunts, methinks the child's parents have been feeding her a few too many ghost stories for her own good. Worry not, friend. I shall speak to the villagers and clear up this most unfortunate misunderstanding. Do return to the falls and assure Curious Gorge that Wymport is indebted to him for his aid. Alright, so I think probably the easiest way to get back over there is to just teleport to Costa del Sol and ride from there. Now, will these guys actually attack me anymore? Oh, there aren't any enemies in here. Alright. Let's see what you have to say. Anime, please forgive me for leaving so abruptly earlier. It was a hasty reaction to a situation for which I was completely unprepared. Both you and I know that I was in complete control of my inner beast. I now realize that in the layman's eye, it may have seemed that, well, the opposite was true. Mayhap it was this very misapprehension that lent weight to the lies which led to my tribe's disgrace. Now, if that is the case, then perhaps I should return once more to the Chronicles and endeavor to reassess their message in light of this discovery. Speaking of light, your soul crystal, Ayame, it sparkles. Does the soul of the warrior have aught to reveal to you? Any whispers of import? If only they hadn't forsaken me as they did my brother. Yes, well, I suppose that is that. I must continue my studies, and you your training. I hope to have something new for both of us very soon. Until then, my friend. Alright, get a pile of experience and the Unchained skill. Alright, which what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this up here. There we go. So, not quite enough to get me to 41. So, looks like we're going to have to go back to White Brim Front and work on the side quests that are there. So I'm going to pause the recording while I head over there because it's going to be a bit of a ride. I will be back once we're back at White Brim Front. Alright, we are back at White Brim Front. Go ahead and pick up these quests. And then work on them, build up some EXP. Alright. Brienne. Sir Brienne is concerned for a comrade who has taken a tumble off a snow-covered cliff. Sprouting Bonewood Radical or Rosewood Radical Lightning Brand. You don't need any of these, so we'll be going into the silver pieces. You're that Ayame, aren't you? Well met, well met. Give us a hand. One of the dragoons has fallen clean over the cliff. He lives, praise the Fury. We could tell that much from the top. Our brother knight stayed behind on the cliff and awaits a coil of rope. See here. Can you go to the keep for the rope and deliver it thither? I'm for the infirmary. Okay. Living on the edge. Collect a length of thick rope. We can do that. Maurice. Ooh, you'll be giving me a new Marauder's arm at level 41. Nice. Maurice is concerned for a lost patrol fighting for warmth out in the howling blizzard. It is an ill night for patrols in this blizzard. We had contact via link pearl. One of the parties has managed to blunder into the behemoth's dominion of all places. The cold and fatigue have robbed them of their mobility. I've heard it said that you are as a snow wolf, feeling the cold far less than other women. If you can get this brand of wine to the patrol, you will save lives tonight. One more thing, adventurer. Do not presume to provoke the behemoth to battle. You will fail, and you will die. Rescue the dragoons. That is your task. This day and not more. Dame Bear? Honest men make the best conspirators, and Sir Dame Bear would seek your help with his own transformation. Okay. Adventurer, a word. I heard of you from Sir Ferdelay and another, though they know not of my special interest. You are a woman just and clement. Help me free my brother from the dungeons. My brother was condemned to hard labor for desertion, but the Holy See now declares desertion to be heresy, and his life is forfeit. They speak falsehood with their reasoning, and I no longer have faith that they are one with Halone. Lawrence is doubly innocent, for he never deserted. He left his post, yes, but to treat with an old Don traitor for medicine that saved his betrothed's life. Oh yeah, I remember talking to him before. Much have I given Ishgard, and willingly, but they shall not take my brother, and they shall not take the truth. Fridolay alone guards him, and he is a great one for a nap, especially when he has been kept at the card table all night. I have seen you move like a shadow. Slip in and take this key. Give the dungeon key to Lawrence, and wish him the speed of the Fury. Tell him I have cached supplies and a disguise in the usual place. Meanwhile, I shall prepare a distraction and cover all our tracks. We shall speak later. Ah, prison break. There is another quest. It tolls for us. Appears to be upstairs. All the way upstairs. All the way upstairs. All right. Léotois. Sir Léotois has heard of your growing repute and wishes to engage you. Long has his bell marked the time at our keep, but as you can see, it was ill used by dragons and has been silent since. Others of this keep have naught but praise for your work, adventurer. I wonder if you are the ideal confederate for this enterprise. Will you assist me in repairing the bell? We need a goodly amount of metal, and arms damaged in battle are in plentiful supply, yet 'twould not do for one dragoon to ask another for his arms. We'll collect them and take them around to Twatk, the smith. There's a bell here, apparently. Alright, express elevator down to the bottom. Though it looks like there's probably stuff in there. Oh well, but we're going to pick up all the quests and then we'll just knock them out one at a time. Alright. Baron Guat? Sir Baron Jiwa? Something like that. Strange is a man with a sizable chip upon his shoulder, and such men are often ready to spend handsomely. Adventurer, how would you like to assist a dragon slayer? I put a bolt through a dragon while manning the ballistas overlooking the gorges. I saw its death throes, and then it plunged. But nobody will believe me. I had not the time to collect a trophy before I was relieved, and they will not credit what they do not see. The carcass is out there in the bottom of a gorge, just waiting to be claimed. I hear you can find anything, and I need a dragon bone to show others. I remember seeing a dead dragon at the bottom of a gorge. Force Mart? Rumor has it that Forsamar, a job that involves travel. I am part of the expedition to Snowcloak. Know you that great ice wall that swells like a braggart's tail? There is much danger in those parts, and so 'twas that my group took on sellswords. However, frightened by the creatures that stalked the wilderness, they abandoned their posts and fled. Now, what manner of cravenness is this? It beggars all belief. You leave no stone unturned to complete your mission, they say. What say you? Will you guard the expedition? We are sore in need of a sword arm. You'll know more from Ardilic at Snowcloak. Be well, adventurer. Keep my people safe. Alright, we can do this. Also, there's one more quest to pick up from Astidian. Head Cherugian Astidian would have you escort a most valuable prize from Camp Dragonhead. Alright, as you may have noticed, this area is much troubled by many a wild and savage creature. This is, of course, in addition to dragons, which are all the enemy that Ishgard acknowledges, by and large. This is taxing infirmary beyond all natural limits, and the healers show signs of becoming patients. After some doing, I've managed to secure a Cherugian from Camp Dragonhead. From the reluctance they evinced at the transfer order, he must have great promise. I would be easier in my mind if you would escort him here. Very well. An escort mission. Alright, well there's things that we can do here in camp. So let's go ahead and see if we can pick up... Well, first off, here's the rope we need. Alright, here's Fridelay. I obtained the key. Alright, let's give the key to Lawrence. I'm glad to see you again. To bid you thanks for saving my beloved's life. Do you bring news of her today? My bird's in the way. I have a key to the dungeon. Dame Bear, I thought he had forsworn me, for he came not once to see me. I cursed him in my mind, but his cruelness was kindness after all. I know of the hiding place he speaks. Tell him I shall miss him and to preserve himself from harm. But I swear to return to fetch away my lady. Alright. Better do it quick before he figures out that the key's missing. Discarded weapon. there is something over here. Another discarded weapon. And then it's looking like there's going to be discarded weapons in the tower. But let's talk to Dame Bear. Let them know that the key has been delivered. Look somber. I'm telling you of how a jackal ate the cook's cat. Success? Good. When? Hour of the wolf? I'll lose my works then. He must never return. I left him instructions. He shall send for her, and I will see she is protected and unpursued. There's only death for him here. The beast tore the poor animal to shreds. What a shame to lose a good ratter. To the greenwood, desert, or the sea. Anywhere but here. Likely I shall never see him again, but at least he lives, and is thanks to you. Remember that you spent the past bell seeking Charmaine's rosary? It's in your pocket. Be seen with her soon. Nothing on the edge. The bone collector. Let's grab these discarded weapons. Ignimortal? Hold on. Ha! Repairs are finally move forward. Metal hither, metal thither. Take it away, and let the anvil ring. Alright. And Benedict. You want what? Oh, to repair the bell. I cannot well recall its peal. I was still falling off chocobos when the dragons cleft it thus. Here, will this do? Alright, we got the discarded weapons. We now need to deliver them to the smithy. Alright. Taltuk. However you pronounce that name. You seek a smith. What can I do for you? Here's some weapons. Repair the bell. Ah, a worthy endeavor, especially with such a shadow as this over Whitebrim front. A dragoon must needs see and hear what she fights for, or the heart will go out of her. There's more than enough metal here to cast a new clapper and make the other repairs. I'll start as soon as I'm done hammering out this breastplate. Tell Sir Leotois that I'll make this place ring, will you? Sure. So back to the top of the tower. Alright. Leotois. Toit said this? The Fury bless him. I see it as I do, or to see it as I do. Ishgard is at war, and we hoard our resources with an almost Dravanian avidity. All must fuel the crusade, while removing as little from the battlefield as possible. We at Whitebrim Front live between the anvil of winter and the hammer of the dragons. We have been tested much and not found wanting, I believe. This is our keep and our home. It must have a measure of beauty, else it becomes a gaol. I'll take those silver pieces. So, there's supposedly a bell? Ah, yes there is. How about that? Alright, so we are heading out, probably to do, let's see, Living on the Edge and the Bone Collector next. Again, express elevator to the bottom. Alright. There's a knight in shining armor. And we have a rope. Slip the squire. Okay. What do you want? You bring rope for the rescue? Excuse my churlishness. I have been stymied at every turn in helping my brother knight. It has made me forget my courtesy. With both our coils tied end on end, it may just be long enough. Throw the end of it down to him. The Fury help us, I will not fail. The wind blows it out of his reach yet again. What are we to do? Jump down with it? Jump down with it. So, you jumped down a cliff on purpose. I can certainly respect that. You are a woman with a plan. You do have a plan, don't you? I guess I do. Rope? High winds, huh? But this rope will hang straight with the weight of a man upon it. So we shall both climb back and over the precipice. How do I do that? Report. Is there a way for me to get out of here? That's odd. You'd think that there would be a little sparkly place where I could say, you know, climb the rope. So I just need to turn it in? Really? Okay. I guess I'm teleporting out to Dragon Head. Interestingly, there is actually a quest there. We can do that. Alright, Chirurgeon is what I'm looking for. If that is how you're supposed to pronounce that word, I don't really know. Bretogino? The one being transferred to Whitebrim? He left many bells ago. You did not meet him upon the road? It's as clear as day and straight as an arrow. He must have taken some other way and now wanders lost. His curiosity is boundless and he never hesitates to risk himself. It makes him a wonder at physicking, or I guess, but a complete and utter fool on a winter road. Adventurer, you must find him before it is too late. Here, take this bottle of maddening potion, for he is like to be frozen. We cannot have this recklessness when he is tasked with saving lives. Physician, find yourself. Alright. Let's ride out and see if we can find him. Alright, where are we looking? Over here somewhere. Ah, there he is. Cold. Bad idea, bad idea. No more details if I make it to the front. Why didn't I bring the maddening potion? Well, I have some for you. How now? Wow, the blood surges. So many ideas like a swarm of wasps making the mind race. I must go. Wasp, bees in my bonnet. Okay. Hail, well met. Fare thee well, my Alra savior. Off to the front, yes, off to the front. Off to the front. Yow, there's a thing, a fleet thing. Help? Oh. Use my new ability. Alright, there we go. Oh dear, I do take a lot of saving, don't I? Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. Ayame? That's lovely. I think I'm getting something. I think I'm forgetting something, but... Anyway, you should you ever need physicking, come to the White Brim Infirmary. You won't find a Chirurgeon more devoted to making you well, I assure you. Till then, farewell. Looks like my choke moves decided to take a break. Alright, couple of quests to turn in here. Living on the Edge and Physician, find yourself. Unhurt, was he? The infirmary will be relieved to hear of it. Always short on something, they are. Ishgard scolds us for using ventures for too many things, but I say sod 'em. They will send reinforcements and threaten to denounce any knight who asks for them. The way I see it, a good venture is worth more than their words. And I'll take those silver pieces. Alright, Astidian. Ah, adventurer, you'll be pleased to know the new Chirurgeon arrived safe and sound. He said you saved him from certain ruin. Of course, he collapsed from the effects of the maddening potion mid-babble. Not surprising considering his journey here. One of the other Cherugians ministers to him as we speak. It bodes not well that he failed to prepare himself for the potion's after effects. I begin to think that taking on new staff is not the panacea I had hoped for. I'll take the Mega Potion. Let's turn this off because it's annoying me. Alright, sick. Alright, but I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and stop for today. We have a few more quests to do. Not sure it'll get me all the way to 41 though, but there are still some things that we can do even if it doesn't. But we'll probably see that next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.